Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Noobs in Disguise, in which the concept is very simple. We have one anonymous replay and two professional StarCraft players with one guess each to figure out what the MMR of the player is. Today we have Rigatoni here in the top left. This is the final episode of the season. Lambo will need to perform like a freaking beast in this episode, and I will need to absolutely wet the bed multiple times in a row without cleaning it in order for Lambo to still have a chance to not only dodge punishment, but also dodge humiliation of getting destroyed by me. What's up, buddy?
I don't know how to follow up on this, but I'm not proud of my performance. Losing to you is just, it's a byproduct. I don't really care about that too much. It's just my performance was not good.
Yeah,
would you say
Would
you say your guesses have been good though?
Well, good enough.
Good enough for me, yeah.
I don't care about the personal improvement so much as I care about destroying you at something, and that has definitely succeeded. I see there's like a game of petanque, the game with the balls where you have to throw the like it's basically curling but not on ice.
I think we call I know it, yeah.
It's called boules sometimes as well, or jeu de boule.
I just know a German name for it.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah, I feel very similar about this. It's not so much about how good you're throwing the balls, as long as you're beating your brother on a holiday. That's all that really matters. And you're my you're the replacement for my brother on a holiday here. You know, you're getting it good here in Noobs in Disguise, and that's all I truly care about. But yeah, go ahead.
I feel like your brother might even be better than us at this game.
No shot. No, there's no shot. He would understand what happens at the high level. Because I think once it gets to like the Grandmaster, we insta-call it always. And that's such a huge advantage, you know? Well, yeah, even if you're a diamond, you don't recognize fellow diamonds. Because half of the guys in the comments are literally always like, well, this isn't my level. It's like they have no clue. Because they always overestimate themselves. So they always guess like way too low. So, oh, this guy sucks balls. He's probably 1k lower than me. It's like 500 MMR above them. I think the general public would perform significantly worse.
Than us, you think?
Yeah.
I actually think Diamond player would perform better because most of our replays are around Diamond. They can tell it if they're being a little bit honest to themselves.
Yeah, but they're not.
If they would be, I feel like it would be much easier for them because for us everything just kind of looks a little bit peg. Like
everything's a little bit special. Yeah, he's like, oh, this is a weird build. It's a weird build again. To the other guys, there's a difference there. Yeah, but I don't think they're being too honest with themselves. This is interesting. Some actual micro here with those Reapers. SCV is not being controlled too great, but the Hellion is going to clean it up. I actually haven't been paying too much attention to the entire early game, but it feels like we're kind of somewhat looking at a build order here.
Yeah, for sure. It was 14 Rex and maybe 14 even the second Rex. I'm not even sure if that's the correct build order because I never play like this.
Yeah. 13 depot, 14 Rex, 14 Rex. That is how I how I get through most of my TVTs. I'm not saying I'm winning, but they pass very quickly.
and that's a win in and of itself.
Yeah. So you have to watch a boring movie and knock yourself out at the start. I'm not sure if it's good for your brain, but at least time went by fast. Jumps in with a couple of Reapers, takes out the Hellions, loses majority of the Reapers. Yes, I don't think that was necessarily a great trade here for rigatoni. Rigatoni is a type of pasta, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And tempura is fried shrimp, no?
I'm not sure. That's why I said rigatoni is a better name here.
Okay. I think tempura is fried shrimp. Very topical names as always, done by our anonymizer. Yes, 4 Reapers going for the counterattack. We'll take out the SCV building the command center here. The Cyclone is almost out right now. Reapers in the main base, just having a good old blast.
It has to be noted that this is the old Cyclone, so it's gonna beat the 4 Reapers, because I'm pretty sure if this was a new Cyclone popping out, it would just die.
Yeah.
To the 4 Reapers, as he is returning with his own Reapers back home, and he will defend all of this, and also kill most of the units of Tempura here. This was still a lot of damage, and was also necessary damage, because the game started really nicely for Rigatoni with his proxy Reaper shenanigans. The Cyclone once again full HP, so it's gonna get another Hellion here. The Reapers need to watch out as well. Cyclone lock-on cooldown is not that big. Yeah, all of the units go down, and at this point, I feel like we see the ebb and flow of TVT. You go to the other side of the map, you lose your units, and then the other guy
Rinse and
goes to the other
repeat,
side of the map. Yeah.
Can do this all night, baby. It's no problem for me. I actually wouldn't mind. Unironically, I wouldn't mind an attack right now out of blue, though. But he's afraid. He's afraid of the ebb and flow. Like, there's no shot. There's only 2 Reapers and 1 Heli, and there's no tech lab on this factory. There's no starport. There's not a whole lot of production, so it would take a couple more cycles of Reapers to even make the current armies equal. I don't quite know where the second cycle... Okay, it's also coming in right now. As we have... Ooh, what is this bad boy called again? Macfield Accelerator being researched. A quick attack on the cyclones. As the third one also pops.
Now it's called something with thrusters.
Rapid thrusters. Yeah, it's a speed upgrade rather than making them shoot a little bit quicker.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what Rigatoni is scared of, because his opponent kept making Reapers and he saw there was no starport or nothing. There's no tank up here. So now he finally goes up, which gave Tempura some time to gather more units. But it's more than enough, I feel like, to force Tempura to evacuate his own natural.
Yeah, I think that's something that Tempura perhaps should try doing at this point as well. It's going to be 3 Cyclones versus 1. It will require some very inefficient micro for Rigatoni to lose this, but so far it's looking okay here. Rigatoni actually microing the weakened Cyclone back. Is not quite going to catch both of these Reapers, but lots and lots of these SCVs are going down. Behind this, though, absolutely no SCV production whatsoever. As more Reapers are now being popped out. This is a really odd game.
He sent us this replay because he's so proud of his micro, but there ain't no macro happening behind him. Legitimately nothing. He's now starting 1 eBay after he started 1 Rex, floating over 1k minutes at 40 supply.
To be fair, this is an action-packed game. You know, this is like floating this amount of money this early on is not great, but at least we've legit been controlling units for the past minute and a half or so.
Sure.
And even then, there's still sometimes SCV cycles being made. We now see reactors and tech labs being added in. This is going to finally get cleaned up, I think.
Well, he's going to get the Cyclone as well. Oh, now he needs to run, though. Oh, that was so greedy turning around there. Yeah, if he could have gotten another lock on, maybe he could have gotten it. But yeah, he's miles ahead now. He also has a lot of money to spend, but he already has the same infrastructure as his opponent. Could start at 30cc, probably should start at 30cc as well.
Yeah.
But overall, so far, pretty good play from Rigatoni, who has now 2 medevacs ready to drop 1 tank, if he wants to.
It's a lot of support for the tank. Could add a couple of SCVs in there as well if he wants to. They're not bad fighters if they're being healed. 45 HP. These beams, they do a lot out. The ebb and flow motion continues as the tank is stuck in the natural. 1 more tank is going to show up though, so this will get pushed back without too many SCV losses here. Both Reapers survive.
Yeah, I mean, Rigatoni is still he's getting further ahead because he's outmining his opponent. I would be very surprised if Tempura comes back here somehow, but it's TVT. Honestly, in mirror matchups, usually you would think it's very hard to come back, but TVT, I feel like it's a matchup where I see comebacks the most by far, just because of how strong tanks are. Or if you're ever out of position, you can instantly lose to a Doom drop. You can take a bad fight very easily. Like in ZVZ, it's extremely difficult to make comebacks happen before the stage of Mass Lurker.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The TVT is the matchup where, especially at the lower level, but also at the higher level, it seems fairly easy to make a comeback. It's difficult to kill people, and it's you're always a single Doom drop away from dying, or a single Doom drop away from winning, of course. So it depends on glass half full or half empty type of guy. So, Stim and 1-1 is about to finish up. We have no upgrades yet here for Tempura, who I don't think quite has constructed a single eBay even. That might be a mistake.
It's also the first time I've seen someone go double tech lap in TVT for both upgrades. And they're both doing it.
Really? Yeah. I've never seen that. It's not very common to see concussive shells unless there's mech in play.
Yeah, it's... Marauders are just worse than Marines, so I'm not sure why you would ever make them, but he's making two of them at a time. So, yeah, maybe he knows something that the pro gamers don't. Or DC thinks so.
I think it's a mistake. But I like the optimism you have here when it comes to Rigatoni's decision making. Turrets are being constructed, but sadly they'll be a little bit too late. Game sense was good, but also a little bit slow. This drop in the main base could potentially deal some damage. Quick pull away on those SCVs. It's an F2 A move is on the way back home. No, back across the map. Still need to deal with this. Yeah, it was definitely an F2A move back home. Now managed to properly split this off while still pushing across the map. This is some okay dealing with difficult situations. I'm very happy to see this. Rigatoni understanding what needs to be done. Not quite understanding how to walk up this ramp though. He's gonna scan once. If he waits for combat, which is now just finished, I think he can just stim and win.
Absolutely, he has 1-1 as well. But he's afraid of the one tank. I mean, he definitely could A-move this.
Right? Yeah.
This is a very beta play. He's even scanned it.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing your opponent has half the army and you're still too afraid to go in.
Yeah.
This is not when ahead get more ahead, because if you're ahead and you can win the game, this is the furthest you can get ahead. By bringing your opponent to GG.
The lobby screen.
Yeah.
No further ahead than that. I never thought of it like that. Oh, triple drop now moving out, so that means that the natural is going to be consisting of 2 tanks and a marine. If he scans once more, okay, please. Come on, buddy. There's less units than before.
It also should, there should be alarm bells ringing right now because there's less marines than before, as you said. But he's moving out with everything.
Tempura is the only barracks that actually eat marines. He's gonna move in with a couple of his units, take a couple of tank shots, then decide it's still not really worth it. Now it's actually getting scary because there's 4 tanks.
Yeah, now you can't go in here anymore. He's also starting. He's getting 2-2 very soon against 0-0 marines. He also has 3 base against what looks like a 2 base defensive all-in. So he doesn't really need to do anything. But if you move out with everything, then you kind of force yourself into this. What is this?
I was actually about to compliment him about his patient play with the tank and the Viking, moving forward. I was like, I kind of liked it, but then he also sacrificed 25 marines for good luck next day, so it's not the ideal play. At the same time, somehow, some way, the 0-0 marine drop is going to clear this, not only the 3rd base, but also the reinforcements that were there. Now this is kind of pushing Rigatoni to be more aggressive than he perhaps wants to be.
Yeah. Tempura also getting a little too aggressive here with the marines, so both of them sacrificing a lot of units for very little gain at that position. And yeah, I mean, the upgrades are such a huge deal. But it's incredible to me that Tempura even ever had an army supply. I would not have guessed a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't think many people would have guessed. As we have a siege up forward with 2 tanks. We'll take out that 1 tank that was still standing for Rigatoni. Once Marines start fighting Marines though, this is absolutely no match. 2-1 upgrades versus 0-0. Soon to be 2-2. As this double drop. Oh my god.
No, they were on move command.
He stims another
Why did he stim again?
See, we're almost out of energy, boss. Look at this.
These guys are actually addicted, man. Like, okay, I need more of that stuff.
It's unbelievable. We do have a 3rd base on the way again. As the main base has floated over to, I guess, the 3rd base location. So this is now the actual 3rd. There's a lot of tanks here, dude. 8 tanks against 1. Marines are fairly low, and there's only a single medevac. If this gets caught unsieged, Rigatoni is going to win, right?
Yeah, it's 2-2 against 0-0. That's such a big deal in marine fights. Okay, and he's just jumping it. All the marines are unsieged. There's absolutely no split whatsoever on the marines. Oh my god. Okay. He's not even gonna get all the tanks. That was awful micro here from Rigatoni. Can I call a spade here, because that was not good. And now he has to evacuate his base. I feel like one thing that he could do is just make a liberator. I think it would help him a lot, Rigatoni, because he keeps having the air control.
Yeah, or just using the air control a bit more efficiently rather than sending the marines in anyway. He's gonna lose a couple marines to these tanks. We're back in a 2 base versus 2 base scenario here. I'm afraid that the CC might die if he ain't careful, although marine versus marine once again, it's going to be a one-sided battle. +3 halfway done right now for Rigatoni. As the tanks slowly but surely crawl forward here. 15 marines and 2 medevacs versus 3 tanks and 22 marines. What is the correct play here right now? Do you just get a tank out and then you pray?
Yeah, hold that someone send the units across and to catch reinforcements or counterattack. I think this is always the play in TVT. Yeah, so he catches reinforcements here. Those are just free pickings. That's really nice for him. And usually with his reinforcements, he should be able to buy a lot of time because his Marines are just so much better than his opponents.
I like the reinforcements keep coming as well. It's like the... Have you ever played the game Lemmings?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. They just keep rolling. You accidentally direct them off a cliff and they keep going. It's the same with Tempura's reinforcements. He doesn't give a crap. This is a very scary counterattack because these Marines are very well upgraded. I tried to snipe the command center there as... yeah,
I think none of them is. Okay. He got like 2 Marines there. Tempura, that is. His Marines are getting slaughtered, and the SCVs are not going to have a better time. They have no armor upgrades. They're not going to kill anything here. I don't think he even needs to start a step, to be honest.
I don't think so either. I think these SCVs would be healing them. This base, however, is also falling, so we're getting into a very low eco situation right now. It's a banger of a game here for the final episode of the season. The tank is sieging up back home. Tempura with a big shot. Rigatoni is going to drop on top
needs to
of
repair. He needs to repair with SCVs that are next to it, but he's not quick enough. The Marines that are spawning are just not gonna cut it against the counter drop. And this counter attack, really, it started with like 10 Marines, still 8 of them are alive. Maybe 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, but it completely won him the game. It turned the game on itself because he couldn't engage the tanks, and it was really good from him to recognize, okay, my opponent has a lot of tanks, I have none. What do I have? I have better Marines. Let's go counterattack and just hold on my side, and it was perfect decision.
Why is he standing upstairs?
I don't know.
Why are you doing this to me, man? He's gonna lose his
Well, maybe a
natural,
draw.
perhaps.
If he can kill the CC, I mean the sniper can still make a Viking, but
Yeah.
we're getting to
Yeah, getting ahead of ourselves now. So you do have some flying buildings here. Yeah, I was thinking of perhaps a draw somewhere. Of course, with 3 tanks, maybe you can make something happen. So we do have some high ground vision with these medevacs. But yeah, it's just looking very, very scary. Well, it's trying to move in as the one tank that the Rigatoni still has is shooting from a distance. 2 medevacs now get constructed. Now, if you contain this forever, there's no more mining, and then you float your buildings into dead space, do we have a draw on our hands? I think there's enough at this point,
I mean, he can ferry out his units as well.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't ever even have to go to this ramp if you don't want to.
But he could as well. Like, all of the SCVs by themselves are almost enough.
Yeah. I mean, now that the tanks are alone, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, the medevac got cut at the bottom. The full medevac.
Unbelievable. What a game. Banger of a game here, and a very tricky one as well at that, Lambo. I'm usually very confident in my ability to figure out what is going on. But today, I'm not so sure. The server is NA, and to me it felt like these guys had some clue about build orders, both of them. One player knew about the importance of upgrades, was fairly okay at micro but not macro, and really only the early game micro, because there were a couple of fights that weren't quite as brilliant. Decision making, though, the base trade was good. I'm honestly just gonna give this for NA. I'm gonna say this is a 4,350 in my mind. 4,350. It's going to be my final guess of the season.
NA on a higher level is lower than Europe, right?
I have no clue.
What level is Apatry? Do you know? Do you think this could be Apatry?
No. What? No, that is insulting. What? No.
I mean, I think it's a little bit worse, but I thought the micro test was
no. This is significantly worse. Don't. Let's hope that Sal doesn't watch this. He's gonna be very sad if he hears that.
Nah. Okay.
Sal knows about upgrades. Like, he has build orders.
Yeah, he could be the blue guy. The blue guy was not that bad. I think this was 4,769.
Sorry, 4,000?
769.
769. Oh, it's a big gap between the two of us. I'll open up the little text file that always comes with the replay and see what it says. Submitter. Oh my god. Sentinel was the name. The Blue Terran.
5K.
4,085.
Oh, really? That was very good then.
Yeah, it was not bad. And that means that in the final episode, Lambo, that I've won. And that also means that the rest of the season will... This wasn't the big victory that you were still hoping for to turn it all around. The 1,500 point turnaround. But yeah, it is what it is. You're gonna have to fulfill the punishment, which we are very well aware of what it's going to be. The viewers are not quite yet, but all I can say is that it's going to be very exciting and intense for Lambo. So if you still have any suggestions, you can leave them in the comments. But we definitely already have something, so don't worry, guys. Any final word, Lambo, for this season?
I mean, it was a fantastic season. It was a blast. Just like the punishment is also going to be a blast. But just in case, let's see if you guys can guess the punishment in the comments. Maybe you guys have exactly what we had in mind.
Yeah. See if we can guess what Lambo needs to do.
And then we'll see afterwards. And maybe we can do some off-season content in between. I didn't think about it yet.
Yeah, of course, this won't be... we will still be posting some videos. Don't worry, all the guys, and Season 2 is soon to start as well. But for now, thanks everyone for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.